On tonight's primetime local news, an older dog who is being brought back to the SPCA, now 13 years old, is hoping to be adopted. A local woman creates networking opportunities for women in agriculture and bringing them together. And the city debates whether to pay $10,000 to continue membership with the Vermilion River Regional Alliance. Plus, two returning Bobcat players celebrate hitting 100 games played for their team.
Prime time local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
After a year and a half of serving Lloydminster and surrounding communities, residents in recovery released they'll be closing their downtown recovery center. Without enough funding, they'll only be offering one service and will no longer be taking any new clients. Since their opening in 2018, over 330 people sent in applications to residents in recovery, and they've saved more than $200,000 for the Alberta provincial government. Government cutbacks and delays in funding means they're no longer able to stay open, but for now, they encourage people to stop by and see the impact the program has with the community. The community, residents in recovery, is hoping to raise enough funds to avoid closure. If not, they will be officially closed February 29th. The City of Lloydminster will make a decision in the coming weeks on whether or not to continue memberships with the Vermilion River Regional Alliance. The VRRA is a group which includes members like Kitscoty and Dewberry that encourages tourism and economic development throughout the region. In order to vote on group matters, the city would have to pay $10,000, a figure that may not line up with current priorities for the city's budget.
Having the opportunity to communicate, to share our concerns, to share our directions, that shouldn't require a membership, and I think in the past didn't.
However, Diachuk says it's important not to focus only on the number.
That are shared and of value and merit to the city, $10,000 may be small, and we might actually contribute more. In part, I think where we're at with VRA is that we're getting hung up perhaps on the amount and to pay to play, so to speak, versus really the purpose and the goals we may have.
Council will revisit the matter at a future meeting. Well, he's big, cute, and a huge love bug. A 13-year-old Prusso Canario dog is a new addition at the SPCA, and he's looking for a new home. Meet Zeus. He was transferred from Fort McMurray and is hoping to be adopted by a nice, loving family. With Zeus having a poultry allergy, he's on a strict vegetarian diet. SPCA says he's great with other animals, and they hope to find a family that'll spend time with him.
But yeah, we think any home, like he met a dog yesterday, he was pretty happy about that. And then I showed him a kitten as well. The kitten hissed at him and he seemed a little heartbroken about it, but he didn't really seem to care too much about the cat either. So we think he would do pretty well.
From what the SPCA knows, Zeus is a Presa Canario who came in from Spain when he was a puppy. He is also not neutered, but he never makes a mess inside, and he also has his ears cropped.
He's just a big love bug. He wants to cuddle. We think that he would definitely want to be a couch potato, so hopefully you'd be okay with him on the couch or a big comfy bed at least. From what we've noticed, he does have one hot spot on his side from those allergies, we believe. So he definitely does need to be on that allergy food.
Drop in for a visit or contact the Lloydminster SPCA if you believe Zeus is the right dog for you. Beachcomber Lloydminster has expanded from selling hot tubs to outdoor living products. Eric Bay has more in this week's BioClean Business Bio.
The reason for expanding Beachcomber Lloydminster's products came from wanting to be able to help families create a space to spend time together.
We really wanted to emphasize on our customers coming in and make it very, we're all about family, so a lot of that entails the outdoors. We're cooped up in the wintertime. We want the outdoors and we want to take advantage of it. Have the ultimate outdoor experience in your backyard. And we wanted to be able to supply and offer that to all our customers.
Beachcomber now offers different products for your yard, from deck chairs to fire tables.
From hot tubs being the essential number one, and then we kind of grew from there, and to provide the ultimate outdoor experience in everybody's yard so that they can gather their family and friends, and that includes patio furniture, cabanas for your hot tubs, Adirondack chairs for maybe on your decks, as well as we've got gazebos, and then we've got a lot of accessories.
Even after the sale, Beachcomber continues to help their customers, providing service support on products like hot tubs.
With any great quality product, you can't just say, you know, make the sale and it's done. We want to stay and be a part of that family. We want them in our family. We want to be able to cater and service to all their needs and requirements, whatever they may be. So we offer service, and in the service it entails repairs. We also do a relocation. So if they don't like where their current spa is, they want to maybe do a yard change up.
You can find more information by calling the store. And that's this week's BioClean Business Bio.
Homes are for everyone. Your home is your sanctuary, your oasis, your safe place. Let our family take care of yours while you get back to your life.
And now here's our Abby St. John with your weather forecast.
Thanks, Judy. It's currently -8 here in Lloydminster. Fairly cloudy skies. We did see a lot of fog throughout most of today, and that will continue overnight, hopefully dissipating by early to mid-morning tomorrow. 20 kilometer per hour winds coming in from the southeast, now 22 kilometers per hour, making it feel closer to -16 with that wind chill. Across Alberta, -6 in Cold Lake and Edson, -4 in Athabasca, 0 out in Edmonton, -5 in Red Deer, -1 in Rocky Mountain House, +2 out in Jasper, and -7 in Whitecourt. And on the Saskatchewan side, -12 in Meadow Lake, -5 in Prince Albert, -7 in Melfort, -11 in Saskatoon, and -9 out in North Battleford. And overnight in North Battleford, they could experience some freezing rain turn to ice overnight, so definitely be cautious about that. -9 overnight, and the wind will be coming in from the southeast at 13 kilometers per hour and slow down to 7 kilometers per hour tomorrow, coming in from the south-southeast with a daytime high of -4 and a mix of sun and cloud. In Cold Lake overnight, they could experience some snowfall with the temperature dropping to -10, and that wind will be at 9 kilometers per hour coming in from the south-southeast and remain that same speed coming in from the south tomorrow with a mix of sun and mostly sunny day with just a little bit of cloud mixed throughout with a daytime high of -3. Here in Lloydminster overnight, the clouds will, the sky will clear up just a little bit. We could still experience some fog overnight, and the temperature will be at -9, and that wind will be at 17 kilometers per hour coming in from the south, and then slow down to 9 kilometers per hour tomorrow coming in from the same direction with a mix of sun and cloud and a daytime high of -3, which will feel closer to -9 with that wind chill and a low of -9. On Saturday, to start your weekend off, it'll be a high of -2 with a mix of sun and cloud. However, with that wind chill, it'll feel closer to -11 and a low of -7. On Sunday, it'll be a fairly cloudy day with a high of -4 and a low of -9. With that wind chill, that -4 will feel closer to -11. That's a look at your 3-day forecast. We'll have more news coming up after the break.
Welcome back. Bringing women in agriculture together, rural women create networking opportunities and informational sessions within the agriculture sector. Eric Bay has more on this year's event.
Rural Women began with creating connections in mind. The day involves speakers on multiple ag topics and is attended by many women from around the region.
Getting women in the agricultural sector together to network, to learn, to acknowledge that there's other women in the area that can share information, and we can all work together to gain more and help agriculture go further.
With more women on the front lines in the ag industry, events like Rural Women continue to advance their agricultural knowledge.
Women are really seeking information. We are the face of agriculture, it seems now. We're really approachable, and so companies are seeking that. People are wanting to talk to more women, so this is really allowing women to get out there and discover who they are and the information they have to share.
By bringing people together, the event makes an easy environment to share ideas.
It allows women that might not be able to get out there or don't know how to get out there and network with other people. So we put them all in a room and they're kind of almost forced to talk to each other. And it makes them realize that it's easy to talk to each other, and it is shocking that the person sitting beside you has a skill or knowledge that you maybe need or wanted to share with.
With rural women's success, there is a chance of growth in the near future.
Definitely a third year is already in the works. We're looking to add new speakers, and potentially Rural Women is going to look to be held in other areas of Alberta.
Eric Bay, Primetime Local News.
This Ag Report is brought to you by the Lloydminster Co-op Agro Centre. Depend on them for product, tools, and expert advice. Shop at your local Lloyd Co-op Agro Centre with branch locations in Lashburn and Neilburg.
And now here are your agriculture prices for today.
We're a part of less than 5% of Canadian auto body shops and Lloydminster's only locations with certified collision care recognition at City Centre Auto Body.
The past week has been a big one for a couple of Bobcats players. The only two returning players this season have hit the 100-game mark in a Bobcats jersey. Chance Adrian and Ty Mosman each hit the century mark in a Bobcats sweater. The two boys are the only two returning from last season's squad. According to head coach Nigel Dubé, the two are the backbone of the team.
Well, they're the only two players from last year, so outside of that, they're all new ones. They get some totals in there, and both those guys get leaned on pretty heavy, and we need them going every night.
For Mosman, the Bobcats have been the only junior club he's been a part of.
There's been lots of ups and downs. We haven't had the best 2 years, but we're continuing to improve, and just getting a lot more used to the league helps as well. So it's getting better, and it's been a good experience all around.
For Adrian, it's been a different story.
Oh, it's been a lot of fun. A lot of ups and downs, being cut from teams, being released. But it's been a blessing coming here to Lloyd. Great organization. Nigel's been a great coach. I've had awesome billets, and the guys are great this year, so that's all you can ask for. The biggest thing I try and tell everyone is just enjoy the ride.
Adrian has 20 games left in his junior career. In his 2 seasons with the Cats, Adrian has seen a lot of change.
From last year to this year, obviously we got basically a brand new team this year, and I'm a big believer in you got to be a good person to be a good hockey player, and I think we have a lot of good people in the dressing room.
Number 27 and number 14 are the first 2 players to play 100 games in the border city since Kobe Walker in 2018. Evan Kenny, Primetime Local Sports. When Jana Lang joined the Lakeland Rustlers women's volleyball team last year, she continued a family connection to the school that started in 2011. Now, as the team surges on a 12-match win streak, the first-year setter is already playing a large role in maintaining the program's dominance. Josh Ryan has more.
When you lose multiple All-Stars, there's supposed to be a drop-off. Jana Lang and the new young core of the women's volleyball team are bucking that trend.
They all expect us to be have that rookie attitude, not very sure, not very confident, but we became far as a team, and seeing the improvements is just super cool, and all our confidence go up.
When Lang came to Lakeland more than a year ago, Coach Austin Dyer had high hopes, but didn't expect her growth as a player to move this quickly.
Usually in her position, it takes a long time to learn how to run an offense and to be able to have success and deal with pressure and all those things.
Her transition into the starting lineup is guided by last year's MVP, Ray Sigurdsson, who stayed with the program as an assistant coach.
I see a lot of me when I was that age kind of in her, and except she is far better than I was at that age.
The Lang name is closely tied to Lakeland after her sister Michelle captained the team and her brother Ryan helped coach.
The one piece that they both definitely have is their work ethic. But other than that, they are definitely their own people.
Having played at Lakeland for 5 years, Michelle is excited to see her little sister begin her own journey.
I just can only think about how much she's going to grow, not only as a player and a teammate, but even just like the growth you do as a person. She is really growing up into this like amazing, wonderful, beautiful person at the same time.
Each weekend it keeps getting better, and I keep getting more excited for each game coming.
And as Jana gains confidence, it will help her step into a leadership role.
I for sure have many improvements I can make, so just working with the team and like pushing myself and just my teammates as well.
Being a leader on the floor, but also having, you know, an extreme competitive edge to ensure that your team's going to win.
Josh Ryan, Primetime Local Sports.
While Jana's future is looking clear, the fog outside is making ours a little obstructed. Here's our Abby St. John with more.
Thanks, Evan. Well, you are right. We have been experiencing a lot of fog throughout last night, today, and it will continue overnight tonight and hopefully dissipating by early to mid-morning tomorrow. Definitely something to watch out for as you're going to work tomorrow morning, as there's foggy skies across a lot of Alberta and Saskatchewan. Just outside of Edmonton, experiencing that freezing rain snow mixture in the Vegreville area and Marwayne over the past couple of hours, and up in Cold Lake could experience some snowfall overnight tonight. On the Saskatchewan side, down in the Battlefords area as well, that mix of freezing rain and snow mixture, so definitely be cautious while driving, as it could be very slick. North Battleford experiencing some freezing rain and ice overnight tonight, so definitely be cautious about that tomorrow. -8 currently here in Lloydminster, -6 in Macklin, Maidstone and up in Isla Cross, -9 in North Battleford, -7 in St. Walburg and Green Lake, -12 in Meadow Lake, -5 in Pearceland, and -6 up in Isla Cross. On the Alberta side, -8 in Marwayne, -6 in Cold Lake, -5 in Bonnyville and Wainwright, and down in Provost, -7 in Vermilion and St. Paul, -4 in Vegreville, and -1 out in Edmonton. And tomorrow, -3 here in Lloydminster, as well as in Wainwright, Marwayne and Bonnyville and Cold Lake, -2 in Lac La Biche and St. Paul and Vermilion, and down in Provost, -1 in Vegreville, and 0 out in Edmonton. And on the Saskatchewan side, -2 in Isla Cross, Pearceland, Green Lake, and in Meadow Lake, -4 in St. Walburg, Maidstone and North Battleford, and +1 in Macklin. And overnight across the region, Meadow Lake, Bonnyville, Isla Cross, Paradise Hill, Pearceland could experience some snowfall overnight. Murnum and Wainwright experiencing that freezing rain snow mixture, so definitely be cautious about that. -10 in Meadow Lake and Paradise Hill, -8 in Isla Cross and Wainwright, -7 in Provost, -10 in Murnum, Paradise Hill and Meadow Lake, -9 in Bonnyville, Unity, and Pearceland for your overnight temperatures. Your school day forecast for tomorrow at 8 a.m. It'll be -9 and fairly clear skies, just a little bit of clouds and that chance of fog as well. Recess time will be -7 with a mix of sun and cloud, which will remain that way till lunch, where it'll be -5. And then by the time school is out, it'll be -3 and fairly cloudy skies and a low of -9. To start your weekend off on Saturday, it will be a high of -2 and a low of -7 with a mix of sun and cloud. On Sunday, it will be a fairly cloudy day with a high of -4 and a low of -9. On Monday, it will be a 56% chance of snow with a high of -4 and a low of -7. On Tuesday, also have a 55-56% chance of snow with a high of -4 and a low of -8. And then on Wednesday, a fairly cloudy day with a high of -9 and a low of -12. On Thursday, a mix of sun and cloud with a high of -2 and a low of -15. That is a look at your 7-day forecast. We'll have more news and the question of the day coming up after the break.
At the station, we love pies. So the question of the day, today's National Pie Day. So what is your favorite pie, and is it better homemade or store-bought? You know my answer. I love homemade ones. My mom always cooks it and makes it for us. Bakes it. I shouldn't say cook it, because that's weird. But anyway, she bakes it for us, and it's amazing.
Yes, my mom is the same way, although she doesn't bake the crust homemade, but she makes the filling. She says the one thing that she just could not get, couldn't get the hang of it, but other than that, the fillings all her, it's still phenomenal.
So is that really homemade though?
It is, if the filling's homemade.
Just in case.
Yeah, and the consensus from our comments was homemade is the best. We had pecan, pumpkin pie, any pie except for rhubarb, one commenter did say. Lemon meringue homemade, mom's homemade. But anything homemade is just so much better, unless you can get like an actual bakery, which is that it's made every day in just a small little bakery.
For sure, and I love pumpkin, not pumpkin pies, but apple pies.
Yes.
Oh, when they're hot. And
apple crisp
too. Yeah, I
Very
like that too.
good. Yeah.
And then of course the whipped cream on top. Without
Can't
that, apple
have pie
pies
without
cannot, or
whipped cream.
Any pies can have that, right? So no store-bought. Would you?
I would buy.
Okay.
Store-bought is not bad.
Yeah.
But it definitely doesn't beat homemade.
Of course it doesn't. But sometimes when you don't have your mom or anybody else there, I guess you're gonna go to buy something in store-boughts.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. And the nice thing about Pi Day is we celebrated again on March 14th, which is 3.14 mathematical Pi Day. But I mean, you could still eat pie on that
I like
day
that
as
you
well.
add it all up. I'm just like have pies every day.
Yes.
For sure. And now to pets. Thanks for sending your pet pics for a chance to win a gift card from the Pet Pad.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to have them featured on Pet of the Day. Your name will be entered into a weekly draw for a gift certificate from the Pet Pad.
Award-winning New York best-selling author Tosca Lee joins us via Skype. Hi, Tosca. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. Thank you for having me.
So good to have you here. And of course, you're a very busy lady, but you've got a lot of things happening. I want to talk to you about your life in terms of your your writing and all that kind of stuff. You've got new books that have come out, which I'm loving. These are phenomenal. I started it and I couldn't put it down. I love winter stories, and I just love, the whole thing about the cult movement and all that kind of stuff that's in the book. Tell us a little bit about what inspired that.
Well, scarily enough, it was inspired by real headlines. I had just read a news story about a reindeer carcass in the Siberian area that had thawed, and when it did, it happened to be filled full of anthrax, and it infected an entire village. Hundreds of people got sick. A young boy died. And I remember reading that and thinking, this is terrifying. And then when I got to the end of the article, some other headlines came up about things that are coming out of the permafrost, and even most recently, just yesterday, I saw an article about viruses that, unknown viruses that have been discovered in glaciers and things like that. And so it was inspired by stories like that. And also, I've always wanted to write the story of a young woman leaving a cult. So this was a mashup of those two ideas.
And so many things in that book, obviously. I love the fact that you dissect the cult world, because you also wrote a lot of stuff on the biblical aspects and historical stuff that you really research and do. And was that some part, like, did you intertwine that into this? Do you think about that when you were writing?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the cult stuff is just something I've always been fascinated in. I've always found cults fascinating, and this was a kind of an opportunity for me to research and learn more about them. And so I loved that part of it. And I loved writing the story of this intrepid young woman who leaves and has to start over in this outside world that is, facing this pandemic that comes out of the permafrost. So.
Awesome. You have two books, obviously, one back-to-back, and they're optioned for TV series, aren't they? Tell us a little bit about that and how you got that.
Well, I've got a working relationship with Radar Pictures and Ed Burns' production company because they are also working on 2 other books of mine. And so they read these and they said, we think this would make great TV. So they are in the middle of pitching right now. And our showrunner, Glenn Whitman, who wrote for Fringe and The Strain, is fabulous. And so I'm really excited to see what happens.
Oh, I'm so excited about that. I'm going to be tuning in to see what goes on. And obviously you wrote a lot about historical novels and thrillers. One of the books, The Legend of Sheba, Demon, and Hava, also the story of Eve.
Yes.
What made you write about that? And I know you started out with that stuff before you were an author for I think not a science fiction, but a computer company, right?
I did, yeah. Yeah. Well, I've always been interested in history. I've always been interested in these biblical characters and these biblical stories. And so to write the story of Eve was really interesting to me, to speculate what could have been. The Legend of Sheba, look, I just wanted to write the story of a powerful woman who set an example 3,000 years ago. So I so enjoyed writing that story and researching the area, the geography, the culture, and all the myths and legends about her.
It's interesting. You worked with Ted Decker on Morbid, Mortal, and Forbidden as well, too. And you guys collaborated a lot in writing, right?
Yes, we did 3 books together. We did a trilogy called The Books of Mortals, and that is a dystopian post-apocalyptic series that takes place 500 years in the future.
Wow, I love it. Let's talk a little bit about you. Obviously, you started out, the first book that you wrote, which you didn't publish just yet, your father had said, take off the summer and paid you so that you can stay home to do it. Tell us about that.
Yeah. Well, I was supposed to be working at a bank that summer, and I was terrible at being a bank teller, and maybe my dad knew that, and I had said to him, I think I'd really like to write a novel, and my dad said, okay, look, I'll make you a deal. I'll pay you what you would have made working at the bank if you spend the summer writing your first novel, do it full time, treat it like a job. So it was kind of a no-brainer. So I did it. It was really hard. That novel is very bad, and it's still in my basement. So
we'll never see it out again? From your basement?
No. No.
That's awesome. You've done so many. I know we're running out of time, and I wanted to talk more about you and being a ballerina and all that kind of stuff as well, too. I mean, you have a lot of great stories about your life, and such an inspiring person you are, and you implement that in your books a lot, too. Tell us a little bit about that part of you.
I think that as a novelist, you're always picking and pulling from your past and kind of MacGyvering everything together, with your experiences and, a little bit of duct tape. And so that happens with my stories as well. These days, as you're reading the line between, there's a lot of kind of agriculture themes, environmental themes, and I'm married to a farmer. So that plays into it as well.
Yeah. Well, we're going to continue to look out for you, read your books, of course. And where can we find you? What's your website?
You can find me at toscalee.com, TOSCALEE.com.
Awesome. And thank you for the books. I love them. And I can't wait to talk to you some more. Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This weekend is a very busy one in the area, and you've got an opportunity to head out for a really fun night with some great entertainment in Paradise Valley. It's their annual Firefighters Ball, and this year Dueling Pianos is going to be their entertainment. So you're going to hear some fantastic music. You're also going to have a great meal. On the menu, surf and turf, plus it's an opportunity to say thanks to some great firefighters who help protect us throughout the year. There are still a few tickets available if you want to head out to Paradise Valley on Saturday night for their annual Fireman's Ball. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and on Sunday you can start your day with a delicious pancake breakfast right here at the Legacy Center. They're going to start serving up at 9:30. Everybody is welcome. Cost is $10 at the door. And the Legacy Center, very busy place on Sunday. Sunday afternoon, they have a jamboree and dance. All musicians are welcome. All dancers are welcome as well, and they'll be dancing well through the afternoon. So you can stop by and take in some great music Sunday afternoon at the Legacy Center. And a great night of live music is taking to the stage at the Vic Juba Community Theatre on Sunday night. Stephen Page is coming to town. He's one of the founding members of the group, the Bare Naked Ladies. He's now a member of the Canadian Music Hall of Fame and has a solo career all on his own. So he's going to play some of his solo hits. And of course, he's got to do some of the Bare Naked Ladies songs. Who doesn't know If I Had $1 Million? Great live music taking to the stage at the Vic Juba Community Theatre on Sunday night. You can still get tickets, stop by the box office, or go online, vicjubatheatre.ca. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, I hope you have a great one. I'm Heather Klegus, and that's what's happening.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery and Furniture House, downtown Lloydminster.
Today, I'm joined here with Mike Prosper. He is the president of Citizens on Patrol here in Lloydminster. And today we're just going to be discussing what Citizens on Patrol really is, and they're in need of some new members as well, so going through all those details. So thank you for coming in. I was looking on Facebook and I found your page, and it was very curious to me. I didn't really know what Citizens on Patrol really is, so I'm happy that you're here to kind of shed some light on what the patrol really is.
Well, thank you for having me.
So it started out in 1999.
Yes.
So what do the members of Citizens on Patrol do throughout the city?
We do patrols. We work in conjunction with the RCMP. We're not affiliated anyway with the RCMP. But we have 2 members per vehicle that we patrol around the cities looking for potential crime or thefts or what have you. We usually get hot spots from the RCMP. They'll give us sort of areas to look at.
So you had mentioned that a little bit off camera that this isn't just a city of Lloydminster thing. This is something that goes on all across Alberta.
Yes, we fall under what's called a COPA, Alberta Citizens on Patrol Association. So we have, I think, over 50 groups right now throughout Alberta, different towns and cities. And we work fairly close with K Division, the RCMP for Alberta. We have mandates and bylaws and constitutions that we have to follow through K Division, and so we're not just a bunch of people that decided one day, hey, we're going to be Citizens on Patrol.
And so when you have new members, what do you ask of the members who do join Citizens on Patrol?
We ask for at least, try to get out for 1, maybe 2 patrols a month. We do a lot of fundraising as we are a nonprofit organization. So we ask to help out with fundraisings, and we have 1 monthly meeting every month.
And since you joined a couple years ago, as we were talking, how have you seen crime reduction in the city? How have you seen that change throughout the years that you've been a part of it?
I guess I don't know if it's changed a lot. It's up and down. It's constantly, it goes down, people get off the streets, and then, it's like a revolving door. But I mean, what we do, I mean, we're an extra eyes and ears for the RCMP. So I mean, they can't be out everywhere at once. I mean, we can't either, but we try our best as they do to be out patrolling around. And we try to be more of a deterrent. So I mean, if there's somebody out there looking at breaking into a business and we drive by, I mean, they see our vehicle, they might think twice and say, hey, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
So.
And just reading on your Facebook page of the requirements that you are looking for, it says that you do not approach anybody. You're just there to be the eyes and ears for the RCMP. So what exactly would someone do when they were on patrol in a certain area?
Okay, so what we do have 3 marked vehicles for COP. We always go out in pairs. You never go alone. There's always 2 people. So we have the driver and passenger. Now the driver, that's what they do, is drive. The passenger, they're the one that is constantly looking around, looking for suspicious activity, for stolen vehicles, whatever. If the RCMP gives us a description of a vehicle, we're constantly looking for it. And they're the ones that will contact if they see something at a place or that they think is not right. The passenger will phone the RCMP and give them all the details of what's going on and whereabouts it's happening.
And so for non-members, what should, or just residents in Lloydminster, what should they be aware of if they see patrollers out during the day or even at night?
I don't think really be aware of anything. I mean, if they see us out, I mean, give us a wave if you see us out there and show your support for us.
And so you are in need of some new members. If anybody is interested in joining, or they just want some more info on maybe they're thinking about it, how can they do so, and kind of what is the requirements for new members?
Okay, so they can, if anybody is interested, they can contact myself, either through Facebook or I guess I can put a phone number over this, so 306-307-5955. And what we look for, I mean, the person at least 19 years of age or older, clean criminal record check as that will be done. They can fill an application out down at the RCMP detachment, do the criminal record check at the same time. There's no fee for that whatsoever. And time.
All right, well, thank you so much for coming in and shedding light on Citizens on Patrol.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, a high of -3 and a low of -9 for tomorrow. And then on Saturday, a high of -2. And Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, all a high of -4. And Monday and Tuesday, there's around a 55% chance of snowfall. Then on Wednesday, a high of -9, and then a high of -2 on Thursday to wrap up your 7-day forecast.
Beautiful. We always love weather like this. I mean, I'm always excited about the -3s and -2s.
Yes, not too cold. Unfortunately, we still have the snow those couple of days, but definitely better than where we were at last week.
Snow is not bad as long as it's not cold, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, not for me. Anyway, and that is a wrap. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you again tomorrow night.